Welcome to TMC Newsroom. I am Carl Ford. I'm here with Emilio from Anritsu. Go ahead and tell us about, first of all, give us your full name and your title.
Okay, my name is Emilio Franchy. I'm a Senior Product Manager for Anritsu in our office in Morgan Hill, California. And that is part of our handheld test equipment division.
Okay, now I think of you guys as being associated with the handhelds.
Yeah.
Tell me, who's using you guys right now and why? Where are we at with
Basically, I would say all of the top tier carriers in the U.S. So I don't know if I can name them or not.
Yeah,
but
don't worry about naming them.
Okay.
They know who they are.
Yeah, and also in Asia, Latin America, in Europe. So we're basically the #1 handheld equipment vendor in the world at this point.
And where we stand with, do people test you with WiMAX? Do they test you with CDMA? What do they test you with?
They test with everything. So we have a broad range of applications within our handhelds. So we go from general purpose spectrum analyzers and vector network analyzers all the way to testing fixed and mobile WiMAX, GSM, WCDMA, HSDPA, and CDMA, EVDO, and then eventually we'll be doing LTE, hopefully very soon.
Well, LTE release 8, came kind of quick and isn't exactly fully stated.
Yes.
So what's your expectation? Should I be bothering you in a year, or should I be bothering you in a few months?
I don't think I can really say when. I can say that we'll be working with some of the vendors and some of the carriers probably relatively soon with some what we call alpha or beta releases, and then when we go commercial, then I'm sure we'll be announcing something here. Okay.
And in terms of demand right now, where's most of the demand? Is it there have been like 5 major people pushing towards LTE right now.
Right.
Plus you got everything going on in China.
Right.
How do you see the world is the best way to say it?
The world, well, there's quite a bit of WCDMA build out. So I think also if you look at Canada, they had the new 1700 megahertz auction, and a lot of those carriers, even the CDMA carriers, mentioned they were going to be also overlaying WCDMA. Latin America is doing the same thing, and now finally that 3G licenses have been released in China, there's a big build out for both WCDMA and CDMA EVDO. So in general, there's I would say the big push right now is WCDMA HSDPA, and in China also you throw in the TDS CDMA, which I forgot we also support, and also the EVDO, CDMA EVDO over there. So the 2.5, 3G technologies.
Okay, and the switch over to OFDM and what's going on with WiMAX, and is the migration, or are you finding that there's a learning curve going on with the people using your test equipment, or is it all pretty straightforward? I
think it's a little bit of a learning curve because you have to get away from you're looking at, basically it looks like a wide signal, but it's a whole bunch of basically thousands of tiny little signals, and it's just a different way of looking at things. For us, it helped us that we did fixed and WiMAX back in, I would believe, 2007 we released. We released mobile last year, so it's helped us understand OFDM and OFDMA by being able to do that. But as far as, I guess we've had to add some measurements like power versus time, so we're just looking at the frequency domain, now we're looking at the time domain to see what the bursts are looking like, especially when you go to a TDD system where you're going to have both the transmit and receive on the same frequency.
Okay, and this is the curveball that you weren't expecting. You ready?
Yeah.
So I was at a CFMDA conference where it's all theory on the math, right?
Okay.
On what we're doing with power. Has the predictions about power and how it gets utilized been lived up to, or do you find that being a test measurement company, you're finding anomalies that they weren't expecting to see?
You mean as far as the output of the signals? Or?
Yes.
I think it's all, it's relative. You're going to lose a lot just going up the transmission lines. A lot of the new systems are using fiber optics, so there's less loss in that system. But in general, I think that the power output of, let's say, like the remote radio heads, I think have been right around where they expected them to be. In fact, we've had to have, we've come out with new power sensors that are about, our specs are 0.16 dB accurate, because especially when you go to these broadband signals, it's usually a single carrier, and so you have to be extremely accurate with the power settings. So I would say they've been actually pretty good.
Yeah. All the LTE bigots in the world will be grateful for that statement. It's wonderful. Wonderful. Emilio, thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.